Hello, my name is Jamie Gary. I am the owner of UpVision Consulting LLC. We are a full service legal nurse consulting firm. We are also the host of the Attorneys Resource Conference. You may be hearing it as ARC or ARC 2026. The conference is taking place this year in Grand Rapids, Michigan, and it is designed for attorneys, healthcare providers, anyone working in the medical legal arena. And the goals of this conference are to improve your strategy in case litigation, improve professional practice, and to improve your ability to identify and mitigate risk. To get tickets for this conference, please visit attorneysconference.com or just simply download the QR code that is on this screen here for you and ensure that you have your ticket to attend. Today we are meeting with attorney Stephanie Arndt, and we're excited to welcome her back. Stephanie spoke at ARC 2025, and we reached out to her immediately after her presentation to bring her back to ARC 2026. Hello, Stephanie. How are you today?
I'm very well. Thank you so much.
Would you be willing to share a little bit about who you are and the kind of work you do for our audience?
Sure. I'm an attorney. I have been practicing in Michigan, both state and federal courts now for probably almost 20 years. I am, my background is primarily in medical negligence litigation. I handled medical malpractice cases, both plaintiff and defense, for about 15 years before I recently switched my practice over to an appellate practice. So now I focus on a variety of different legal issues and how they impact various medical legal cases as they go through the system, and also work towards developing the law in the medical malpractice context to better serve all of Michigan's citizens.
That's wonderful. So you joined us in 2025. What prompted you to accept the opportunity to present again in 2026?
For me, I didn't even have to think about coming back. I thought our 2025 was such a great conference. It's such a unique opportunity to bring in both healthcare professionals, people with a variety of different expert witness uh, abilities and credentials, as well as attorneys, and bring them all into one forum where everybody kind of can collaborate and learn from each other. So I was super excited to be asked to come back this year.
We're excited that you did accept. Your presentation, I have no doubt, will be outstanding. Are you able to give our audience just a brief snapshot of your presentation and what they should expect to get out of it?
Sure. My presentation, it's going to really, I think, bring together everybody in the room, which I'm really excited for. It's the title of it is When Expertise Isn't Enough, Testing the Reliability of Expert Opinions. And I think that for the attorneys in the room, this is going to be a great opportunity to think about Dauber challenges more and challenging the admissibility of certain expert opinions. And for the expert witnesses in the room, or the consultants who do expert witness work, I think it's going to be a really good opportunity for them to better hone their credentialing and the way that they testify to make sure that their opinions are able to withstand challenges. I think a lot of times healthcare professionals, they come to the case with years upon years of experience, and they believe that just having those years of experience is enough to make them qualified to serve as an expert. And they don't sometimes understand the nuances that Michigan law, especially in the area of medical malpractice litigation, requires of experts. And so this is a really good opportunity for them to get a better idea of what some of those laws are, how they might impact the admissibility of their opinions, and also for the attorneys in the room to think about, ways that they could challenge opposing counsel's experts, ways that they need to better prepare their own experts for deposition, and how all of that translates to ultimately presenting their case to a jury.
So, what is the risk then if this topic is not addressed?
I think that if this topic is not addressed, you run into a situation where maybe you hire some of these wonderful experts that come to ARC 2026, but if they're not prepared and they don't understand the nuances, then you may make a huge investment in their case. They make a huge investment in the time they're spending on their case. And then you have a great, highly credentialed person who gets struck as a witness. And it's only because they didn't understand the intricacies of how to best qualify under Michigan law as an expert witness.
So, working as an expert myself, I'm excited about your presentation. As I sit in the audience with all of the attendees, what do you want us to think, feel, or do differently as a result of your presentation?
I think I just want people to think more critically as they prepare and when they testify and really understand the global implications of what they're testifying. I think so much, especially from a lawyer's perspective, we spend so much time with the case that we've honed in on one or two areas of the medicine that we think might be weak in our case. And sometimes I think we forget the global outlook and how the collaborative learning experience between attorney and expert can really enhance the value of the case. And so I think that what my hope for is that people think more critically about their individual roles as well as the overall big picture, and that they are able to take that information, reflect on it, and better present either as the lawyer or as the expert in future cases.
So, looking at attorneys and experts, what is something that most of them misunderstand about this topic?
I think the biggest misunderstanding they have is that just because you've done what you've done for years doesn't necessarily make you qualified.
Mhm.
I
So,
mean,
who's
Michigan, especially those of the people in the audience who will, be testifying on Michigan medical malpractice cases, I think they really have to, I want them to take away from this the importance of building a good file, the importance of, making sure that you have some literature to back up your opinions, the importance of understanding, the active clinical practice requirements in Michigan and how to convey what they're doing every day in a way that allows them to fit within those requirements. So I think a lot of it is sometimes and sometimes that's a lawyer thing. Sometimes they need to be more prepared by the attorney. But I think the more that they're exposed to it, the better they'll be. And so I think that this is a really good opportunity to kind of share some experiences, some of the appeals that I've handled, and present it in a way that, allows everyone to enhance their ability to testify down the road.
So, who are the best people to be in this room in August?
Any attorneys or healthcare professionals that give expert witness opinions should be in this room because I think that it will really shock them. I intend to, I'm not going to do a war stories for an hour or however long you give me to talk, but I'm going to share a couple stories just as illustrations of situations where people were probably overqualified to testify, but they didn't answer the questions in the right way. And so then they ended up being struck, and it was a big disadvantage for everyone involved, and it was preventable. And so we're going to take some of those, we're going to learn from that. I'm going to give everyone the statutes. Hopefully, we'll have some nice handouts, and hopefully, people will really take away from it some valuable lessons on how to overcome challenges to the reliability of their testimony.
Wonderful. So, thinking about ARC 2025 and moving into 2026, what are you most excited about?
I'm really excited this year because I feel like this is a huge growth year for ARC. I think that last year we had a lot of healthcare professionals in the room, and it was a great group. It was a tremendous group. But I think this year the committee that's put this together has really gone the extra mile to bring in things that will support the legal profession and get a bunch of several very notable lawyers who are speaking alongside of me, And there's a great opportunity to meet some wonderful judges and have some events that will really kind of draw together both communities and put them all in one place. And I'm really excited for that. And the Bob is a tremendous venue. And downtown Grand Rapids is just a great place to be. So I'm excited for all of it.
We are too, and we really appreciate that you accepted our offer to present again this year. For those of you watching the video, thank you. Please go to attorneysconference.com or click on the QR code below and get your seats for this conference. They will not last long.